Hello, everybody. I hope everyone's doing well and they're doing safe. Um, especially given what happened yesterday. I know it's a bit late in the process, but I still wanted to give my thoughts on this channel about what happened yesterday in this country. Uh, as you all know, I'm sure at this point, a number of Trump supporters are, so-called protesters. They're more like fraudulent protesters. They went into Capitol Hill and they invaded Capitol Hill and they caused a ruckus in there while basically all of Congress really was in there and just in there hiding while these Trump protesters were terrorizing uh, the Capitol in order to I don't know what their whole point was, but because they certainly weren't going to get anything they wanted that way, and they had to have known that, but they did it anyway. These so-called these terrorists, these domestic terrorists, went in and decided to stop, just invade an area of America, uh, a federal landmark of America, and that's the Capitol building at Capitol Hill, the Congressional building. And I have a lot to say on this. I, I got to be honest with you guys in a way, talk about my daily life. Ever since this news happened, see, I got back around, I don't know, like 1:30 yesterday. Ever since this news happened, where the news break, when I walked in the door from my house from like a doctor's appointment, I'm okay by the way. It was more like just a physical and like kind of a checkup. But I went in and I came in and I couldn't believe what I was watching on my television. My mom was watching she loves Newsmax. I was watching a Newsmax channel, and I shit you not, they were on the steps of the Capitol. They didn't breach in the Capitol yet, but they were in progress to when I came in, and it was crazy just watching that unfold. It's one of those things on TV where it's unreal to watch, and it's just I couldn't believe what I was watching. It was one of those things. I talked to my buddy about it that day, or yesterday, and today in detail and about stuff, and we just my buddy he cried. He cried because it offended him so much. It offended me too. Capitol Hill isn't my house, but like as an American, it kind of is. It's just symbolically my house. Were people that were just invading. It felt like someone invading your space. That's honestly what it felt like to me when I was watching these terrorists come in and just completely make a mockery of our system, of our government, of our way of life by coming in and just doing that. And thank God we've had over 50 to 60 arrests at this point dealing with it. And I'm going to try to get some updates about it on Twitter, get people's opinions on it. I tried to do that last night, but I was I wanted to continue watching the congressional hearings that happen in terms of like solidifying the electoral college results for the elections. That's what Congress was doing right before the rioters started breached the congressional building. And these rioters, the stupidest part about it to me is that these are the people that were that ruined Donald Trump. That these are the people that wanted the electoral college results. That these people probably more than anything wanted to see it reversed to have Donald Trump win. And what did they get instead of that? The next day, from all of this stuff, they happened to get Donald Trump to secede from the Union. Today was the first day he officially declared a transition of power to Joe Biden. He declared that basically that he lost. Good job. Good job, rioters. Excellent work. I'm very impressed. So, I don't know. They're arrested. A lot of them are arrested, and there's a lot more that haven't though. There's a lot more that haven't. The FBI. This is according to an unreliable source, but I'm sure the FBI is still trying to find people that to arrest. So it's not over yet. And fuck. That's bad news. Bad news, I'll tell you. And I'll tell you, speaking of law enforcement from yesterday, it almost made me want to be a police officer yesterday. I don't think I've ever been more motivated to become a cop than yesterday. In seeing those police officers do their darndest. And there were way too few police officers at that Capitol building. They were prepared for an army of Trump protesters, basically, to charge at the Capitol. And they were undergunned. So it's just wild to me that that they were underprepared like that for that building, to the point where I saw a police officer running up the stairs in the building from like at least 10 protesters that breached the building. And it was horrifying to watch as this police officer was literally running for his life. He didn't know what these protesters were capable of, so it's crazy. It's very crazy to me. And so, yeah, it's a unfortunate time to be an American and watch this unfold. And so sorry, I'm hearing one sec, guys. Family business. Okay, guys, I'm back. Family business taken care of. But that's my whole point. Is these rioters, not only are they no longer Americans to me, but they're domestic terrorists. But they also did the exact opposite in accomplishing their mission, which to me is like to have the election reversed. But they moronically had Donald Trump actually secede from the Union the next day. And apparently, according to Forbes, this was an entire plan on social media from a lot of people in this event. This was coordinated. This was a coordinated attack on the Capitol. So I don't know if it was on the Capitol exactly, but it was a coordinated attack. And people literally went in the office. They went into Nancy Pelosi's office, their desks, their computers. They went on the top chair of the Senate building. I don't know if they got into the House building. They probably did. They got everywhere else except where people were being protected. But man, holy shit. Holy shit. What has this country come to? To where people are being this brainwashed to believing that the election was rigged. And I got to be honest with you. I don't even think it's fully their intention to them believing the election was rigged. I honestly think it was other motives. I don't know. You'll have to ask those people that breached the Capitol of why they did so, why they thought it was such a good idea to breach the Capitol and become domestic terrorists. I don't know. You got to ask them. But it blows my mind that these people think it's a good idea and they wasted their lives. These people look relatively young too, some of them, and goddamn, it's just crazy. It's crazy out there. These protesters. The guy in the tribal goat mask, outfit or whatever, or the Viking outfit. this fucking guy. I saw a friend of mine posted on his page, his social media. He goes to multiple protests of, it seems like different for different causes. He just seems to be kind of like a troublemaker. I don't know that for sure, but that's what it seems like to me. Like he was at a Black Lives Matter protest, and now he's at this. Like he just seems to be a guy that's causing trouble. Like a lot of these people that breach it, well, clearly they don't seem to be. I don't know. They don't seem all right. You know, it's not all the time, not all of them, but man, I never thought Americans would do this. Like, and what's even more gross to me is I never thought that the Capitol building would be this underprepared, especially considering the night before people were doing super passionate speeches with this same group of protesters, not a group either, like an army of protesters preaching in Washington and doing really passionate speeches, and it's just like without like a guy like Alex Jones, and I think Alex Jones is funny, but no, you shouldn't take him too seriously. Um, I at least not really. It's just crazy. It's just crazy to believe that these people actually would breach the Capitol. Who expected this to happen? You know. But I guess that is what happens. That is what happens when Donald Trump lies and lies and lies, even though the courts say that he lost the election. Not just one court, but like 60 court cases claim that the evidence they brought forward to contribute to the idea that Donald Trump actually was robbed of the election, they all declared him a loser. The someone of national security who handles the election said it was one of the safest elections in American histories, security wise. So, and there were states, they investigated their own elections and they found that there wasn't enough corruption to say that the decisions of Biden winning some of these states were wrong. It's like, what more proof do people need? Donald Trump, by all indication, lost the election. But actually, you know what? You can't rely on the people. You can't blame the people for this because they have their own lives. They have their own lives to deal with, and they're not full-time politicians or full-time lawyers or full-time, journalists who cover this. No, they have to rely on their public servants to give them the facts of what's going on. And their ultimate public servant is Donald Trump. And Donald Trump lied and lied and lied and lied and lied from beginning of this to end. He said it was a robbery. There's consequences to your words, man. There's consequences to the way you say things. And your words matter. Your words matter to people. Shame on you. Shame on you. You know what? It's not just Donald Trump. It's all these damn Republicans that supported this idea, that went forward with this idea, because I didn't see one Democrat. I'm just saying they were all Republicans. 6 senators, about 6 or 7 senators, and over 130 Republicans at some point supported this idea that Donald Trump, that elections results were decertified. And look, maybe there's some technicalities that I don't know about, but I don't fully agree that any state had enough damage in their own individual state elections for presidency to where the outcome was wrong. I don't believe it, and I don't know. I guess they would need to provide me some evidence, but I don't see a lot of Republicans stepping up. I've been monitoring this carefully on the news, and I don't see a lot of Republicans stepping up with technicalities. I see this person from Marjorie Taylor Greene from Georgia say something crazy, but it's like, well, not crazy. She's talking about technicalities. But I don't see many other people trying to present technicalities or anything. It's all hocus pocus bullshit. That's baseless. That's what it comes off as to me, as a constituent for this country, as an American citizen. To me, that's what it comes off as. It comes off as overall bullshit. That's baseless, and it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Man, holy crap! It's wild. The implications of yesterday. There is a line that we crossed yesterday that we can never go back from. It really is sad. We've never had American citizens breach Capitol Hill. We haven't had anybody breach Capitol Hill like this since the British in the War of 1812. So really, these are the first American people to do this. And to my knowledge, maybe the Articles of Confederation stuff brought some problems, but I don't know. I'll have to really go into my American history to figure that out, but it's just crazy. It's just crazy. I hope everybody that breached that Capitol today and didn't follow peaceful protesting inside and outside the Capitol, I hope they all get arrested. They deserve it. They deserve to get arrested. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. Trump originally didn't want to bring the National Guard. He was even satisfied by this. I heard from someone from the Hill newspaper say that. So, I don't know. I feel like those kind of behaviors and then hesitating to decertify, hesitating to talk this stuff down, I feel like it calls for impeachment. That's my opinion. He did finally talk it down today in clearly a statement, in a video statement, but I'm sorry, timing matters to me. Timing kind of matters. He should have done it immediately. He should have went on Twitter and he should have been like, no, stop. He should have talked those people down if they are people who support him, who look up to him. They had Trump signs, they had Trump hats. He should have been the one to do that. But instead, he had Mike Pence do it. According to CNN and Forbes. Mike Pence was really the one who called the National Guard. Donald Trump was bitching on Twitter. What kind of president is this? Why have we been rewarded with this kind of person? What did we do? I don't know. I guess that's how life is. Sometimes you just get shit. So I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to. Donald Trump has done some good things as president, but I mean, he hasn't supported trying to contain this COVID thing to the point where a lot of these Trump protesters were caught on camera at hotels either today or yesterday with no mask. None of them were wearing a mask. And so Trump didn't help try to contain COVID at all, or barely. And now this, to denying the election to the point where this happens. He fabricated this whole thing. I know he talked it down today, but it's too little too late for me. Enough's enough. We need to make a message out of this. And that message is to impeach him now. I can't believe that in the heat of the moment, our president left congressmen, including some 80-year-old women that are in Congress, like Dianne Feinstein and shit, and left the few police officers without having backup from National Guard people. Without having backup from the National Guard. That's not a leader. That's some kind of child to me, if that's true. I don't know. It's just crazy. It's just crazy that this president deals with this in this manner. So I don't know what else to really say. I mean, I feel like I've kind of gone through my rant. I want to say that I am I'm from Fresno, and I am a constituent of one of the 130 House of Representative members that, and which who are all Republican. I am a constituent of one of those members who approved of decertifying the election yesterday, and that member is Devin Nunes. Devin Nunes, the guy who just received the Medal of Freedom from Donald Trump a few days ago. Uh, yeah, some Medal of Freedom. Such a Medal of Freedom that he voted to decertify the election twice. And after, and he voted yes, he voted twice on decertifying it in the hearings that took place after the riots happened yesterday. Those hearings, like those, not hearings, but like, those town, what do you call them when the Congress meets? Like a town hall, I guess. A town hall that lasted into late into the night, Eastern time, and he voted twice to decertify the election after the riots. He's one of those people that fabricated these things to happen, and he continued to fabricate it. I don't support that as a constituent to Devin Nunes. I would also like to make that clear. So, this is just garbage. This is garbage, and these Congress people who supported this, particularly after the riot happened, we still had people vote yes to decertify the election in Congress, both in the House and the Senate. A lot of people in the House, disgustingly. These people deserve to, to get thrown out. These people endangered the lives and endangered the structure of our country yesterday. It made our country look weak, vulnerable yesterday. And it's just scary. It was scary yesterday to watch. And I think there needs to be repercussions with these politicians. They can't just get away with it and go about to business as usual, because that will be the biggest crime in this entire thing. That the people who fabricated this, will ultimately get away with it. I don't think Donald Trump will get away with it. I think too many people will go after him. But the other people, they don't have as much heat as Trump does. But that's not right. That doesn't make it right. That doesn't mean that they shouldn't be punished, because clearly they should. And of the Congress people, the one that I'm most disappointed by far, is this senator named Josh Hawley. Josh Hawley, who's getting a lot of blame in the news media, oddly more blame than all the other 5 senators maybe put together, besides like Ted Cruz. But everybody, I think he gets the blame because everybody hates Ted Cruz. Whatever, that's fine. But like, there's 4 other senators that deserve blame. It's Tuberville. I forgot the other ones, but they're all horrible. Anyway, Josh Hawley went from a superhero to me last week from the stimulus checks to this week. He went from the highest of highs to me to the lowest of lows. He was the only Republican in the Senate to support stimulus. And he was like the only Republican to speak out on Americans getting stimulus to the media, in an emphatic way. And then he does this. Last week, I saw him as the future of politics. He was the gleaming young guy that would take over when people like Bernie Sanders and McConnell and all the older people in Congress, would eventually leave. Hawley would take their place as kind of a leader. Not anymore. I hope Josh Hawley leaves. I hope he leaves Washington. I don't know. I don't know what to think of Josh Hawley. Like, he came off as a superhero to me, and then he came off as a villain. So, to me, it almost evens it out. But, at the same time, even though it evens it out, he can't stay in Congress to me. He still has to go. He'll have to work his way back up, like in the local level or something. But yeah, that's the way I see it. As for Ted Cruz, he just needs to leave politics. He can go. He calls Donald Trump a sniveling coward after Donald Trump insults his wife in the presidential campaign when he was campaigning against Trump. And now it's to the point where Ted Cruz would fabricate a lie about Donald Trump winning the election. And that's how hard he would support Trump. But it's for political gain, but he's still supporting Trump, essentially. It's insane how spineless Ted Cruz comes off to me. Beyond insane. It's crazy. It's crazy. And there's so many stories to talk about. A couple people died during this riot. It's sad, man. It's just sad. Someone found a bomb, like a pipe bomb, in there once they sweeped out the building after the rioters left. It's a horrible scene over there, and I really hope that this never happens again. This is going to be a scary couple weeks when we go from now to when Joe Biden gains power. It's going to be scary because Donald Trump, he should talk this down. He from today, from right now until the 19th and the 20th, when Joe Biden comes in, he should talk down people to protest. Just please don't protest. Please don't protest. You had your chance and you blew it. Please, by what you did yesterday, and you should not protest. I don't want you to protest. Please don't protest. I don't want violence. I do not want violence. Okay? So please, Donald Trump, if you have any sense, please tell your supporters to not do anything crazy ever again, but especially in the next couple weeks when things are on edge. But really ever again. So that's my whole take on it. Yeah, just a sad day in America. I really don't know what else to add. Like and subscribe to this video. I appreciate you guys listening, and I hope you guys are all safe. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of your year. Hopefully 2021 won't be like this going forward. So, yeah, just be safe, guys. And be healthy and be civil to one another. Be kind to one another. Be open to people's ideas. And even though you highly disagree with them, don't shut them out, okay? Because I don't want this kind of stuff to happen anymore. And also, frankly, there's a lot of racial hypocrisy here, because if there were black people here in this protest, they would have been killed. If these protesters weren't white, there would be a lot more bloodshed on Capitol Hill, and I think we all know it. So let's be kind to everybody, no matter what color, what gender, what size, and what ideology. Because I don't want to see this happen in America. We failed in all those things that I just said to please do, and this is what we ended up getting with it. We ended up getting something out of a product of divisiveness, of anger, of rage, of angst. We need to communicate with one another. That's why I think I blame this virus. I blame the media. I blame people not getting over themselves and their own biases and prejudices. And we just need to be kinder to one another. And if you're depressed at home, just please call for help if you're depressed. Talk to people, call a professional, and just be healthy. You got to be healthy. You got to try to talk to people as much as you can, and be kind while talking to them. All right, guys. Thank you very much, and I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.